Yo guys, what's going on? Gukill here, and today's video we're going to take a little bit of a different path. We're not going to be talking about the current state of Diablo very much. We're not going to be talking about builds and talking about skills that are going to affect your Greater Rift push or being able to farm that little bit faster. The fact is that if this video right now looks familiar to you, this has been our life for the last 4 to 5 weeks of Season 4. We've just been grinding, trying to get those Paragon levels, trying to get Keystones, and trying to get mats and all that kind of stuff. And initially, when Season 4 went live, I had tons of people on my friends list, people that hadn't played Diablo since vanilla, coming back to play Season 4, and you know what, to Diablo's credit, it's a popular game right now, and I've actually seen a lot more people on my friends list still playing Diablo than I've seen in prior seasons, which people tend to, play for 1 or 2 weeks and then kind of bail. But, that being said, 4 to 5 weeks in my experience with the previous seasons, this is kind of where the big separation comes into play. The people that plan on ranking and getting their Paragon levels and continuing on with the grind, they're going to keep doing that, while the other people who play a little bit more casually or maybe semi-hardcore, they're going to tail off, they're not going to focus on it as much. So with that being said, we start to talk about new and what's going to be coming up. Now, Blizzard's already stated in their Reddit Q&A and different blue posts that for Season 5, they're going to be working on reworks to some of the sets that aren't performing very well right now. Some of the sets that have been ignored for a little bit, such as Martyrs for Demon Hunters, Shadow Set for Demon Hunters, Pull of the Earth for Barbarians, sets like that. But the big wild card that kind of exists right now is the fact that in between that time period, between another PTR and everything else, there is a BlizzCon coming up, and there's a lot of speculation going on regarding BlizzCon about what Blizzard may or may not do. I know the biggest speculation that's running around is that we're going to get an expansion announcement, and people are basing that off the fact that World of Warcraft had their expansion announcement already at Gamescom. Most people believe that Blizzard has to do something big as far as announcing a new game. StarCraft is going to be coming out with Legacy of the Void about 2 days after BlizzCon, and we already have, our announcements that Overwatch is going to go into beta sometime soon. Heroes of the Storm is in full swing now, Hearthstone is in full swing now, so they need to do something new, and it can't just be centered around the Warcraft movie. So a lot of people think that this is going to lead to a Diablo 3 expansion, including myself, but I'm not convinced about that, and for BlizzCon 2015, I'm going to say, guys, don't be surprised if you don't see a Diablo 3 expansion, at least not how this is. There was that rumor going around a little while ago that saw that Blizzard is hiring a lead art director for a unnamed Diablo project. Now, that could be an expansion or it could be an entirely new game, and I've talked to some of my friends that liked about this. I actually think that Diablo 3 can continue to function the way that's functioning right now, just continuing to release season after season after season, and it will have its players that want to play the game, and they're going to consistently play it because they like this style of game. I'm not convinced that Reaper of Souls needs enough improvements made that it could justify an entire expansion. But that being said, Diablo is on an upswing of popularity, and I do think that we will see an expansion. I'm just saying, you heard it from me. If they don't announce the expansion and they go a different direction, don't be shocked at all. And a reason I say that is because last year's BlizzCon, which I was at, there was some speculation about what was going to be happening with Diablo, and all we really got was a computer station that tested out the latest PTR patch, which I think had the Waste set, it had the new Demon Hunter multi-shot set, so it was just basically being able to test the next season before it actually hit the PTR servers. With Season 5 seemingly looming and about to be announced, it would be kind of weird to announce an expansion, but then give us demo of, hey, this is what we're going to be doing in the meantime for Reaper of Souls. But we're going to tell you about all this new, super cool, exciting stuff that you're going to do with a new level cap and all this other stuff. So kind of a bit of a weird spot to be in, which is why I think there might not be a Diablo 3 expansion announcement. I digress. There's going to obviously be something new coming down the line for D3, whether that's introduction of new sets to the current game or brand new announcements. Now, if they do announce a D3 expansion, what I think we can expect, I think we can obviously expect a new level cap. I think we're going to get a expansion based on the Scovos Isles, as it's been name dropped a lot in the game, and there's been some data mined files that seem to support something to do with islands and the seas. We have our nice little Murloc toys that we're going to be getting if you have gotten a virtual ticket or will be attending BlizzCon, which again suggests kind of watery critters. I know that Murlocs are based around Warcraft and they're a big Blizzard thing, but to me, it's just, there's a lot of coincidences going towards that direction. As far as the story, I don't really know where they're going to go, but we'll wait and see on that one. I think we're going to get something involving just Nephilim and the Nephilim fighting each other, considering that it's been made very, very clear we're more powerful than angels and demons. But from a lore perspective, Diablo's kind of run themselves into a corner as far as what they can do, because we've already beaten all of the 7 evils combined into one super uber cool boss. But again, Blizzard has been known to change their storylines around just to make it kind of seem cool and kind of reuse their bosses that they've already had. As far as gameplay, what I think is going to happen is I think we're just going to get an expanding of current legendary items as well as getting some new additions. Blizzard has already said that they want to have every legendary item in the game feel unique, have an effect that is going to change your character. And right now we have a lot of weapons in the game, a lot of armor pieces in the game that don't really reflect that. They don't have items, they don't have affixes on them that make them super cool and exciting. So with that being said, I think we're just going to see more of that, as well as seeing some new sets introduced that are going to kind of shake up the current meta right now. I think that it's great that they want to go back and revisit sets, but there's a lot of skills in Diablo 3 that are not getting used properly because of the fact that there's no item set to support them. What I would like to see, and I know it's probably not going to happen because Blizzard continuously says that it's not their game design to do that, but what I would like to see is I would like to see talent trees come into play. I really want to see talents start to drive our characters. Our player choice should be what drives our characters into what we want to play. We should be able to have demon hunters with a tree that focuses on its melee skills, and we have to go find the gear that supports that, makes an uber cool melee spec. Or maybe we could combine talents so we can be part melee, part range. We can use different skills. We can buff sentry damage. We can buff Fan of Knives damage. We can do whatever we can. And yeah, there's still going to be builds that come out on top the way that they come out now, but games tend to be the most fun when players are given the opportunity to create the fun for themselves and be able to create their own playstyle. We saw it with World of Warcraft back in vanilla. We saw it in even Diablo 2. People had to go and try for hours and hours and hours to try and find synergies for their talents to make the build that they wanted to do work. I mean, you think that Blizzard came out and said, hey, we're going to be buffing this set so that you can play Werebear Druid? No. Somebody had to go and be like, hey, this skill is cool. I want to figure that out. I think D3 could use that, and I think that the player base is ready for something like that. I think that the vanilla system of just having runes and skills has played its course, and if Blizzard is going to go full board with an expansion, I thought that Kanai's Cube could have been an expansion feature. That would have been a major selling point, and they could still expand upon that idea, but if they're going to really sell us with a brand new feature, I do think talent trees are the way to go. As far as anything else to do with Diablo at BlizzCon, I'm not really sure. I know that we're going to be able to test whatever new is going to come out, whether that's a Season 5 PTR or whether that's new expansion gameplay. I'm looking forward to either one. What are your guys' thoughts? What do you think is going to happen at BlizzCon this year? I am hyped, and I will be in attendance there personally, so if any of you guys are going and you're looking for somebody to meet or just chat about Diablo or maybe in other games, WoW, Hearthstone, I play it all, man. So if you guys are going to be there, I hope to see you there too. I hope you guys enjoyed some of my thoughts and some of my critiques about kind of where the game is at now, where I think it can go. Share some of your thoughts in the comment section below or hit me up on Twitter or Facebook. I'd love to hear from you guys. Thanks for watching the video, and I hopefully will be right about some of the stuff at BlizzCon because it's a really exciting time for D3 right now, guys. It's exciting, it's fun. Can it be improved? Yes, and shown in their track record from the last 4 seasons, Diablo was really, really good at taking feedback and improving their game. And I think at BlizzCon, we are all going to be really, really pleasantly surprised.